Hello and welcome back. We'll start with a comfortable seat, tall spine. Bring your hands to your tops to your thighs, close your eyes, find your breath. Trying to breathe from our pelvis all the way up to our collarbones. Long, full, and slow breaths. You can flutter the eyes open. We'll kick our feet out to this side and come into tabletop position on our hands and knees. And give yourself some space, so maybe walking your hands forward a little bit and your knees apart from one another a little bit. We're going to do some drunk cat cows. So inhale, as you come forward, you're going to let your hips kind of turn towards your left wrist, and then continuing a circular motion, coming back into almost like a child's pose, sending the hips back. Inhale, come forward towards the hands. Exhale, rounding back. Remembering to link your breath with your movement. And we'll switch directions. So now going to the right wrist first, then to the left and back. You can finish in a child's pose. We'll do a wide-legged child's pose. So if your knees aren't wide enough, you can bring them almost as wide as your mat. And we'll melt our heart down towards the floor. Inhale, we'll come forward, tuck the toes under, find downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Inhale, reach your right foot up to the sky. Maybe first keeping your pelvis level. Maybe holding here for a breath. And then rotating the hips, opening up, kind of like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. So the hip is open. Pushing your right leg back as far as you can. Coming back to center, drop the foot. We'll switch sides. Left foot lifts up, keeping the pelvis level first. And then again, opening up the hips. Having a breath. And lowering that foot down. We'll go for a walk towards our hands. Finding ourselves in a forward fold. Relax your head down. Upper body is heavy. You can sway side to side a little bit if you want. Inhale, we'll find halfway lift, so straight legs, straight spine at 90 degrees. Draw the shoulder blades together behind you. Exhale, rounding forward again to your forward fold. And then full inhale will bring us all the way up to standing. Reach your hands overhead, spread your fingers wide. Exhale, hands can come to your heart. Again, inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, folding. Plant the palms, step your right foot back behind you. Coming up onto our fingertips, getting some of the weight out of our hands. Reach your arms forward. Inhale, rising up. Feeling a good stretch in the front of this hip flexor. Relax your shoulders out of your ears. Look up. Inhale.
That back leg is nice and strong. We're going to rotate on our right foot, so your foot is going to open up, so your toes are parallel with the back edge of your mat. Arms can come up to your sides. We'll find warrior two. Relax your shoulders out of your ears once again. Gazes forward. Flip your front palm. We'll find reverse warrior next. So your right hand can come to the top of your right thigh or scoop around your low back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, come back to center. And then we'll windmill both our arms back around this front foot. We'll step our left foot back to meet the right, coming into plank. From here, we'll lower through chaturanga. Inhale as you find an upward facing dog. Exhale to down dog. Right leg lifts up to three-legged dog. And then bending that knee, bringing your knee towards your belly. We'll step that foot forward towards the front of our mat again. We'll come into crescent pose on this side. So light on your fingertips. Reach your arms forward. Inhale, rise. Strong in that back leg, pushing the floor away, growing a little bit taller. Gazes upward. Inhale. Exhale, hands around the front foot. Step forward, forward fold. Have a breath here. And your next inhale will rise all the way up to standing, hands overhead again. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, both hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Straight spine, straight legs. Exhale, folding. Plant the palms, step your left foot back this time. Strong in the legs. Reach your arms forward. Inhale, rise up. Relax the shoulders, gazes upward again. Rotate on the back toes, find your warrior two. Just like before, flipping the front palm. Left hand can come to the left thigh or scooping around the low back. Inhale, reach that right arm up to the sky, look up. Exhale, back to center. Arms to your sides. Windmill, hands come around the front foot. Step back to plank. Pushing the floor away nice and strong in our plank. Inhale here. Exhale as you lower towards your belly. Inhale, upward dog, finding a back bend. And exhale, hip shift back to the downward dog. Inhale, left foot reaches up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bending the knee, bringing the knee towards your belly. Step that foot forward. Light on the fingertips again. Inhale and reach forward, rise up. Relax your shoulders again, gazes upward. Exhale, hands around the front foot, step forward, forward fold. Relax your head. Full breath in, rise up to standing. Hands overhead, fingers spread wide. Exhale, hands to your heart. Awesome job. We'll turn on our mat, step your feet wide. Maybe if you want to reach your hands out where your wrists are, line up your feet underneath of your wrists. Excellent. From here, you can bring your hands to your hips. We'll fold forward. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Left fingertips will plant underneath of your nose. Right are going to reach up, find a twist, gaze up at your right hand. Exhale to center. Switching hands, inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale brings us to center. Now we'll find a forward fold here so you can slowly let your heart melt towards the floor. Your spine is kind of rolling forward now. Trust your legs to hold you. If you want to have a little bend in the knee, that's okay. From here, what you do with your arms is kind of up to you. You can have your hands out in front. You can reach for your big toes and kind of pull yourself lower. Or sometimes people will you can walk your hands through your legs if you like as well. Breathing. Full inhale, bring us up halfway. Spine is extending nice and long from the tailbone all the way to the tip of your head. You can slowly walk your feet together a little bit. So bringing your feet so they're basically underneath of your hips. From here, we're going to sink our hips down low, coming into a deep squat. With your fingertips on the floor, come up onto the balls of your feet. Let your right knee dip down towards the floor, and then your left kind of switching back and forth. Feel it out. And then sitting back. Bring your left hand, push it against the inside of your left thigh, bringing that hand to the floor. Right arm will reach up, opening up our heart. Inhale. Exhale brings us back to center. Switch sides, so right arm's pushing on the right side. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And exhale back to center. Awesome. We'll come onto our hands and knees. Step your right foot forward. You can come up off your hands for a moment. So you want to be able to kind of rock your hips forward and feel a stretch in this left hip flexor. So walking that foot towards the front of your mat as much as you need to so you feel a good stretch. Awesome. So we'll inhale here. Hands can be on the mat. Exhale, we're going to rock our hips back. This foot can leave the floor. This leg is kind of extended now. We're forward folding over this leg. Feeling a stretch in the hamstring. Inhale, we'll rock forward. Exhale, we'll rock it back. You can follow your own breath. Do this on your own. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Maybe one more on this side. And as you come forward for your last time, you can just slide that foot to meet the left, and we will switch sides. Left foot's going to step forward, and again, you can come up off your hands and kind of find that sweet spot. So you're having a stretch in the right front hip flexor, kind of letting your hips sink down. And coming back onto your fingertips over this leg, inhaling here. Exhaling as we rock it back, foot leaves the floor, folding over this leg. It does not have to be perfectly straight at all. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock it back. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Do a few on your own. When you find yourself forward again, we'll kind of put some weight into our hands, slide that foot back once more. Excellent. Tuck your toes under, come into downward dog. Stretch it out if you want to walk it out after that stretch. You may reach your right foot up to the sky. We're going to step this foot forward. This time it's going to come to the outside edge of your mat. So on the outside of your right hands, not on the inside. Drop your back knee. We'll come into lizard pose. So option to stay up on your fingertips. If it feels pretty intense, you can have a block or a book underneath of your hands. If you're looking for something a little bit more, you can drop down onto your forearms. Wherever you are, you can close your eyes and have a few deep breaths. You can flutter the eyes open. Next, we're going to open up this leg onto the pinky toe edge. So your knee is going to come a little bit closer to the floor. We'll change the sensation. And again, close your eyes and have a few breaths here. Inhale, we can make our way back onto our hands, planting our left hand underneath our nose. We'll reach up and find a twist. Right hand reaches up to the sky. Exhale to center. Tuck the back toes under, lift that left knee, and we'll slide the right foot back into a downward dog. Again, pedal it out. Left foot reaches up, three-legged dog, and again, stepping the foot to the outside edge of your mat, outside of the left hand, dropping the right knee, and again, coming down onto the forearms or wherever you were before. Close your eyes. Breathe from your pelvis to your collarbones. And flutter the eyes open, and we're going to rock that left knee open towards the left side again on the pinky toe edge, just like before, and return to your breath. Inhale, we'll rise back up, coming back through center. Right hand plants underneath your nose, the left hand reaches up for a twist. Inhale here, and as you exhale, come back to center. We'll tuck the back toes under, lift that knee, and then sliding the left foot back into our downward dog again. Pedal it out. And you can drop both your knees down. We'll come seated. We'll do wide-legged seated position. So legs are wide. Turn your toes so that they're looking at you. And from here, we're going to slowly walk our hands forward out in front of us. This pose looks very different for everyone. It really depends on the shape of your bone structure in your pelvis. But kind of folding forward here, you can come to your forearms, or maybe just reaching your hands forward out in front of you. Maybe you're up here and you're like, oh wow, this is enough for me. So it's really different for everybody, it doesn't matter. Wherever you are, we'll close our eyes. If you want to kind of sway side to side, you may. Going towards the left leg and then the right leg. Inhale, we'll slowly come back up. We'll bend at the knees, bringing our feet together in front of us. But you don't have to hug your feet in quite yet. So right now they're more of a diamond shape with your legs. And from here we're gonna fold forward over these legs again. So you can reach for your feet, you can put your elbows onto the floor. Another option is to scoop your hands underneath of your calves and reaching for your feet this way, whatever you like best. And letting your head hang heavy. Close your eyes, breathe. Inhale, we'll slowly unravel our arms wherever you're at, and we'll come back up to seated. We'll make our way onto our backs. From here, we're going to come into happy baby posture next, so you can bring your knees into your chest. Maybe first, let's just give ourselves a hug here. So feeling your low back against your mat, kind of giving yourself a little massage, rocking side to side. If you want for a breath, you can hug everything in and peel your nose up towards your knees. And relaxing back down on the exhale. And we'll do happy baby pose now, so you can let your knees separate from one another, coming out to either side. Reaching in between your legs, you can reach for your big toes, the outer edges of your feet, or you can also reach for the backs of your knees if you feel like you can't reach your feet. Wherever you are, you're kind of trying to push your knees towards your shoulders, keeping your low back grounded on the mat. Feeling a release here. You may extend one leg out and then switching sides to the other one if you wish. Maybe extending both. Can let your feet fall back down. We're actually going to bring our feet together like they're giving each other a high five. Knees are going to fall away from one another, and reaching for our feet or our ankles. You're going to interlace your fingers around them and hug them in nice and close. Maybe at this point, allowing your exhale to be a little bit longer than the inhale. Can release your feet, let them find the floor. Your right ankle is going to cross over your left knee. And your left foot is going to leave the floor, bringing your legs in nice and close to you. Reaching around your left leg towards the back of the knee. You can hug your leg in here. If you want, you can also use your right elbow to kind of push into your right knee to make the pose a little bit deeper. slowly let those feet find the floor again, and we'll switch sides. So left foot's gonna cross over the right knee. Right foot will leave the floor, bringing your legs close to you and reaching around again, hugging the legs in. And again, you can use your left elbow to push your left knee to deepen if you wish. Slowly you can let your feet find the floor. We'll extend both of our legs out. Coming into corpse pose or shavasana. Hands can be by your sides, palms face up. Let your feet fall away from one another. Take up as much space as you need. Allowing your breath to return back to its natural rhythm. Putting away the to-do list or whatever other thoughts are floating around your mind. Give yourself this 1 minute of peace and quiet, relaxation. You can take a full breath in through the nose, filling the belly with air. Exhale out the mouth, feeling yourself in this moment, observing how you feel. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, followed by the ankles and wrists. Reaching the hands up overhead to get a full body stretch. And eventually we'll make our way onto our right side. Take a deep breath. Observe how you feel. And then using this left hand on the mat in front of you, you can push yourself up to a seated position. You can keep your eyes closed if you wish. Find a tall spine, close your eyes, relax your shoulders, maybe tucking the chin a little bit just to lengthen the back of the neck. Find your breath. Allowing your breath to travel
up your spine. So inhale starts at the pelvis, moves into the belly and into the lungs and all the way up so your collarbones lift a little bit. And exhale is the same, so starting with a little bit of a pelvic and abdominal muscle contraction, kind of push the air out and letting the rest flow out. And then inhale, releasing those muscles, inviting the air back into the pelvis and the belly. Allowing your breath to be slow and controlled. You can bring your hands to your heart, flutter your eyes open. From my heart to yours, Namaste.